Hi, today's question has 3 answers, and you are going to want to stick around because the third answer is a secret to how you can get the best of both worlds. So let's get into it. The question that was sent in is self-publishing versus publisher battle. And what we're looking at is the question is regarding whether traditional publishing is the better route or whether the self-publishing route is the best route for you. Now, this can be quite a difficult decision to make because you're not completely sure where exactly you should start. The traditional publishing route, you've heard of the big names and you see the books out there, and we all have, or many people at any rate, have intentions of seeing, is it possible to get my book on the bestseller, New York Times bestseller list, or is it one of these major lists, or perhaps just in terms of getting it sold in major bookstores and at the airport and things like that, so you could see your books right next to other books that you've liked yourself personally to read. And so, by going through a major publisher, it gives you some advantages, maybe perhaps on that. But then at the same time, it's difficult to get accepted. So then the question is, which one in this battle is the one that is best for you? Well, this is Chris Baird from Self-Publishing Made Easy Now, where self-publishing does not need to be so hard. Go ahead and click the subscribe button if you would like for me to make more videos like this one, and check below in the description and you will see my free self-publishing checklist to help you get started on your journey. So when I first started, I read a number of books and I realized that self-publishing was clearly going to be the route I was going to want to take. I didn't want to get involved in the complexities of figuring out how to get in contact with the traditional publishers and sending in manuscripts and all of this sort of stuff. Instead, I just wanted to see, can I get a book out onto Amazon and can I start making money from that book? So my intentions were a little bit different. But as I went on in the process, I began to understand that there are a number of complexities if a person chooses to go the traditional publishing route. So let's get into the answers. So the first thing is, many people who write their books and they finally are like, wow, this is fantastic. Now I'm ready to send it into a traditional publisher. They will take their book and they will send it in. But the problem is that they get rejected. And so then they will maybe fix some of the issues in the book and they will resend it back into the publisher yet again. And then they will get rejected yet again. And we continue this process and the motivation level starts to drop. I remember reading about all sorts of people, like, for example, the Harry Potter texts, J.K. Rowling, and also even Stephen King with his Christine novel getting rejected, dozens and dozens of times before finally making it big. But how many authors and writers in general are able to do this process of getting rejected over and over, even though their books are completely fine? And the motivation level starts to drop. And instead of finding your readers and people actually being able to enjoy your books or get some help from your books, you get demotivated and nobody ever sees it. So all of the work that you put into it is completely wasted. So the best route is actually to self-publish the book and get an audience first. You prove to the publishing houses that you actually have people who want to read the books that you're writing. In addition, you're able to show them that you have a following. And this is their number one concern, which is they just want to know that if they publish your book, that you're going to be able to get sales on that book. That what the biggest fear that the publishing houses have is that they're going to go through all of the effort and use the money to get your book out there, perhaps doing some promotions, which they don't always do unless you're already famous, but they promote your book and they get it out into bookstores and then it doesn't sell at all. So they have to take all of the costs. So instead of earning money, they start losing money. Well, the secret answer for today is that you can submit your manuscripts and your books to the traditional publishers first, right? Then you give them a chance to reject you. Now, if they reject you, you self-publish. And then what happens is you're able to go through the process of understanding how to make your books that people want to read, where to find your audiences, to getting those people to buying your books, doing social media marketing and general content marketing to get other people into your funnel where they will find your books, they will read your books, they will buy your latest books, and then you write your next book, and what do? You send it back to the traditional publishers, let them reject you, and then we self-publish that one. And we can continue the process. Now you'll notice the key reason this secret is powerful is because you get the best of both worlds. As your audience builds up, and you can show the traditional publishers that people want to read your books, then you're in a position for those traditional publishers to say, yes, maybe we should sell your book. Or maybe you're right on the edge. They're still not quite sure what is the correct choice. And so that being the case, what we can see very quickly then is that we're able to go both routes at the same time. And when the timing is right, then we will get accepted at some point down the line, as opposed to getting rejected 50 times by all of the major publishers and then just giving up. And so why don't you tell me a little bit about what you have found? Were you able to get traditionally published your first try? Have you considered trying to go both routes? Let me know below in the comments, and check above me here for a video, the next video in the series of answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.